with frontal plane lunges. We're gonna do the scoop and leaves over the head. So scoop the leaves up, pour them over the head. So really getting the hips back, open up the chest, move those shoulder blades, keep that spine neutral here, so you want the spine long. All right, now we're gonna flag down a taxi. So opposite arm as leg, bending. So coming over the head here, side to side. Let's just do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're gonna come in the center and we're gonna do that frontal plane lunge here, but we're bending the knee in the center. So this leg is coming up, straight out to the side. Let's add that arm. Oops, I did the wrong arm. So whatever leg is bending, that opposite arm comes up. So now we're gonna take it a little bit faster, and you can add a little hop side to side. Breathe. So really bending that knee. Again, I'm keeping my spine neutral, belly is pulled in. Keep it going. Now let's take that arm across, across. You can keep this to a tap as well. Adding that hop. Lots of repetition here. Hopefully the heart rate's coming up. We're gonna do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do some circling of the arms. So this is gonna be part of the next step. Now we'll do the lower body. So you're gonna step together, and we're just gonna bring the right leg back. My leg is straight. You're gonna pull it into standing. So coming back, giving a little calf stretch. And then we're gonna add those circle arms with it. So circling the arms around. It might feel a little awkward, but just keep circling the arms, stepping the foot back. We're gonna do 1 more, and then we're gonna add a knee raise. So back and lift, back and lift. Try to really hold that balance. Draw the knee up, engaging the abdominals. 3, 2, 1. Keep that foot back. You're gonna step that foot back, and then we're gonna walk down the front leg for 4. So you're gonna walk down 4, 3, 2, 1, and back up 4, 3, 2, 1, and down 2, 3, 4, and up 2, 3, 4. My back is going into flat back, and then coming back up. This time we're gonna go down, but we're gonna stay down. So you're in flat back. Now we're gonna do a forward fold. So now you can bend, round that back. Breathe. And then roll up 1 vertebra at a time. Step the feet together. And now we're gonna take the left foot back, or whatever foot you used the last time, or you didn't use the last time. So stepping back, really trying to lengthen that leg. So you're getting a little stretch in the calf. Let's circle the arms, coming around. Keep that belly in. Pull those ribs in so that you're not arching the back there. Keeping a really, really strong, long spine. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Add that knee. Whoops, I'm like off of my arms. It can happen. I'm off on my balance. Pull it together. Get your rhythm. Let's go 3, 2, 1, and then step that back foot, or that left foot back, and we're gonna walk down the leg. 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4, and up. 2, 3, 4. Pull that tailbone up here. Now hold it down, and then forward fold. Breathe. Okay, this time you're gonna put your hands on the floor, step your foot back, and we're gonna walk out into a plank. So now we're in that plank position. You're gonna drop the left knee, so you're in that runner's lunge, and then we're gonna come up. So hands off the floor in the runner's lunge. I'm gonna straighten that front leg. Squeeze that quad. Bend the knee. Now put the hands on the floor. Bring it back into plank. Right knee up into that runner's lunge. Hands off the floor, engage the glute. You wanna squeeze that quad, straighten the leg, come back down. Hands on the floor, back into the plank. Left foot up, engage those quad, the glutes, come up, and squeeze, pull that, draw that knee up to the center of the body, and bend the knee. Come back down into plank, and right side, coming up. Hold that belly tight, come up, squeeze that leg, come back down. All right, holding it into the plank here. We're gonna take the hips up into downward dog, and breathe. And then back into that plank. Hold the plank, and then back, take the hips back up. You're gonna give it some little heel push downs here, keeping that tailbone lifted, alternating, getting a stretch. All right, and then we're gonna walk the hands back to the feet and roll up one vertebra at a time, nice and slow. You're gonna end with the neck and the head last. Roll those shoulders back. And then let's give them a roll forward. All right, and then let's grab our dumbbells. So again, I have 3 pounds, and sometimes this can even get heavy. So being that I'm not sure if you have heavier weights, put the weights down and do it without weights if you need to. All right, so we are going to start with our feet in first position or in a V. If you look down, it would be a V. Your toes are apart, your heels are together. You may want to think about tucking the tailbone just a little bit. We don't want to be like flat back, but you want a neutral spine, and sometimes we end up here. And then really keep that belly nice and tight, the front of the ribs to the back of the ribs, and then your head reaching up to the ceiling. We're gonna bend the elbows. So our elbows are gonna be in at our ribs, and then you're going to reach out to the side. So this is gonna be our biceps. So we're gonna come in, I want you to pull in. So pull in using those biceps, and then reach out. So pull in, reach out. Pull in, reach out. You have to consciously think about contracting those biceps here. So pulling it in, reaching it out. Pull in, don't make it just a movement. Think about it, pull it in, reach it out, in, reach out. Keep going, let's add a little calf raise here. So we're coming, our toes are out, and we're gonna go nice and slow. Reach it out, pull it in, reach it out, pull it in. Keep going, let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, keep those heels down, but we're gonna pulse it out. So just pick up the pace, in and out. Squeeze, pull in, out, reaching out, in. Keep those shoulders from caving in. You wanna really pull them open. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands down to the side, and then we're gonna step the toes out. So I'm just taking that first position we were in and taking it out wider. Now we're gonna take the palms are up this time, and we're gonna come up again. Now you can drop the weights if you need to, and we're gonna just start with one arm. So let's start with our right arm. You're gonna bring it into the center and out. In and out. Let's add a little knee bend here. So as I bring the weight in, I'm gonna bend my knees. Let's do one more just like that. And now we're gonna add, as I come out with the arm, I'm coming in with my heel to the other heel. So I'm keeping it on the same leg, same arm. If you want to take it up from there, you're going to add a little side lift. So I'm going to come, instead of stepping in, I'm going to cross the leg across my body. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it out. Let's bring those weights down, and we're going to pulse it down. And then just do little turns. So internally, externally, rotate here for a little bit. Kind of give them a break. And then hold the arm still. Let's hold the squat or the plie. Hold. Just hold, no pulsing anymore. Just hold it still. And then we're going to straighten the legs. Lift the arms up and out. Left arm now, we're going to come in and out. That palm is up. Let's add the knee bend. So you don't want to take that arm higher than your shoulder. So keep it either lower or at shoulder height. 4, 3, squeeze those glutes as you come up. Now you can take it, we're going to go in, you can take the heel to heel. You can also just keep it where we were. Out and in, out and in. You can add that kick across, out, kicking it across, arm comes out as you cross. So 4, 3, 2, 1, take it back out, pulse it down, and in and out with the arms. You could also maybe keep them just back here, open up that chest, and then hold down, hold, belly in, ribs in, breathe. You're gonna straighten the legs, toe heel, back in, and feet are parallel. We're gonna let's take our right leg back, and then let's kind of turn our knees out to the side. So actually, if I started in that V position and stepped back, we're gonna just be a little wider here, and we're gonna start by just doing front raises. So nothing with the lower body yet, just front raise. And now we're gonna pop that back heel. So I'm bending that back leg, and then we're gonna add a little plie or a little knee bend, lifting the arms up. 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, hold the legs down, and then now we're gonna go down, and then we're gonna lift the knee through as we lift our arms up. So I'm gonna come down and lift, and down and lift. Hold that belly tight. Now if you don't wanna lift the knee here, you can just you can come down to that lunge and then come up and tap the toe behind the heel. Otherwise, you're lifting it through. Let's go 3, 2, 1, and hold it back. Let's pulse it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Step together, our heels are together. Toes are apart. Step the other leg back. And just let's start with the front raise again. So again, if this is too much, if your weight is too heavy, you can put the weight down. Think about pushing up, reaching out. Let's add the little knee bends or plies. That back knee or the back heel can be popped. So I'm on the ball of my foot in the back. 2, 1, hold it down, pulse it down, and then hold. Now here's where we come down, lift it up, and down. So nice and slow and controlled here. Again, you can come down, and then you take the toe back or forward to the heel. So down and up, or down, brush it through. Let's go 3, 2, last one. And then we're gonna step, oh, I'm sorry. Come back here and pulse it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Step your feet together. Now this time we're gonna be in parallel. So your toes and your heels are together. We're gonna bend at the hip. So hand at the hip. And then we're gonna come forward here and we're gonna take it into our rear delt flies or back flies. Make sure that this movement is being initiated by the back and the back of the shoulders. So you may think you're just moving your arm, but I want you to think back here. So squeeze those muscles together there. We are gonna add a deeper squat here. So you're gonna bend those knees a little further. Bend and lift. Bend, bend, keep going. Let's go 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's go back to that bend position. The knees are bent, the hips are hinged. You're gonna step your right foot back. So I'm in a long lunge. And we're gonna just start with some rows. Our weight is light here, so you have to really focus on squeezing those shoulder blades around the rib cage. Make sure that belly is pulled in. Keep going. Let's go 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Now hold. I want you to hold the back and you're gonna tip forward. So single leg. So now we're gonna take the weights down and we're gonna squeeze and bring them down. Squeeze and down. Squeeze. Now if you wanted to, you could come back, put that foot and back down, or you could lift that leg every time you're doing the row. So really squeezing the back. This is gonna be the hardest version of it. This is gonna be a little bit harder if we keep that leg up. And then you can also bring that leg down. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step together. We're gonna go back to the rear delt flies here. So not doing the squats yet. Just keep the knees bent. Squeeze that back. Open it up. Again, back, back, back that's what we're using here. Think back. Use those muscles to pull back the arm. All right, let's add that deep squat here. Keep going. Your neck, head, and your pelvis all in line here, like you've got that broomstick on your back. Squeeze, squeeze. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step the other leg back, mine is my left, and then we go into the rows. Again, lightweight, so we've got to really, really, really put our mind to the muscle. And squeeze, pull that belly in. Remember to open up the chest here. It should not be going into your neck. You may have to drive it down, like think pulling in your belly, into the belly button. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, last one. All right, you can pull it over into that single leg deadlift and you're gonna row here. So you're either have that leg up, you can keep it down, or I'm going to lift the leg every time I row. So I'm really, really engaging that entire posterior chain as I lift that leg up. Let's go 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Step the feet together. We're gonna stand up straight, but our toes and our heels are still together. Really squeeze the inner thighs here. We're gonna bring the arms up overhead, and then we're gonna do some overhead tricep extensions. If you have a problem with this movement, just take it back into kickbacks. My dumbbells are apart. You can't really see them from where I'm standing. So I'm not squeezing my dumbbells together here. they're actually apart. So you have to really try to think about pulling the elbows together here. And we're just gonna do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep them up. You're gonna extend the right toe forward. So the leg is just gonna come straight in front of me. And then I'm gonna just do one arm here. It's gonna be the opposite arm as leg. So my right leg is out in front of me, and I'm doing the tricep extension with just my left arm. We're gonna do 2 more, and then we're gonna lift that leg, the front leg. So now I'm gonna lift and lower as the arm is coming up. Keep that belly tight. Try not to move the spine as you lift the leg. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it together, both arms again. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Extend the left foot, and we're just working the right side now. So we're not doing the leg lift yet, just getting that tricep in. We have the leg in front of us. Let's do 2 more, and then we're gonna add that leg lift. All right, so lift the leg up, belly in, point that toe. 6, 2 more, 7, 8. All right, bring the weights down. Let's put them down. We're gonna step the right foot back and then just bring one hand around. Give yourself a pat on the back, and you can drive, take the other arm to kind of drive that elbow down a little bit more so you get a little tricep stretch. And then we'll take it open, other side. I'm gonna stretch that calf as we get into the tricep. And let's also take the hand forward and give a little stretch to the forearm, the bicep, and then same thing, other side. And we're gonna go down onto the floor here for some planks. So I do not have a timer, so I'm just gonna have to go a little bit off of feeling here. We're gonna start with just a regular plank hold on our hands. So if you need to modify, you can come up higher, you can go on your knees. Whatever you need to do on a wall. Right now you're just holding that plank. You want to really push those heels back behind you. Squeeze the glutes. Energy in the inner thigh. Make sure that you're not sinking those shoulder blades in. You want to really pull the sternum into the spine. Your shoulders are over your wrists. So the wrist, elbow, and shoulders are stacked. All right, we're gonna add a rocking. So you're gonna go rock forward and back. So I'm using my toes to go forward and back. If I was on my knees, I can do more with my hip. I can take the hips back, forward and back here. But otherwise, you're using those legs to push forward and back, forward and back. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're gonna come down on your forearms. We're still in that plank. If you need to come down and take a break, you can, but try to come right back up. So we're in that plank. We're gonna rock forward and back. So in forearm plank, using the toes to push us forward and back, forward and back. 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold that plank. Keep that head from dipping down into the dog ditch. You want to pull it up so you're in line with your upper spine. Really use those abs. Don't let it sink down. Pull it up. You can tuck the tailbone under if you need to. Let's hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the knees and then push back into lat stretch. So elbows are on the floor. Hips are pulling in the opposite direction. You can put your head on the floor. You can kind of shake your head no here, side to side. Coming back up. Tuck the toes under, and we're gonna pull it back into a downward dog position. And from here, we're coming back into a plank. I'm gonna hold that plank. I'm gonna turn positions here. So we're in that plank, and we're gonna do 8 side step outs to the right. So here we go, in 3, 2, 1. So you're just gonna tap out with that right side. 4 more, 4, 3, 2, now to the left for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, alternate sides, out to the right, left, left, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank jacks for 8, here we go, out and in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, knees down, stretch it back into that lat stretch. Head on the floor. You can shake no if you want. Come back up, tuck those toes under and pull it into the downward dog. And then we're gonna walk our hands back to our feet, soften the knees, and then roll up 1 vertebra at a time, and roll those shoulders back. Okay, so I know some of you are outside. You should maybe be able to do this without holding on to anything, but if you have, I'm gonna give you like a couple seconds here to go and find a chair or something that you can hold on to possibly for balance if you need to. So quick, go get that if you can. If you have something already, you're gonna face, so if you have a chair, you're gonna be facing the chair, holding on to it, and we're gonna just do some parallel calf raises. So coming up and down, just really nice and easy. If you need to grab a drink of water here, while people are finding their balance items, you can. But otherwise, let's take it to this calf raise. So when you're doing calf raises, think about, instead of thinking about coming up, think about popping the heels forward. So I'm pushing those heels forward as I'm coming up. Really engaging the calf here. We're gonna do 4 more, and then we're gonna hold it up, and we're gonna kind of just do a half motion, so a little pulse. All right, so hold it up, and then we're gonna go just halfway down and up. So taking it up, 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 up. And again, I'm still pushing forward with the heels, even though I'm saying up. Keep it going. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's give it just a little ham curl there. I'm gonna check our time. We got 10 minutes. All right, so hopefully we have everybody back. So we are gonna take just one hand onto the bar or the chair or trampoline, whatever you have there, and our feet are in that V position again. And we're gonna step the feet out to the sides. And we're gonna come down into that wide V, second position, sumo, whatever you wanna call it. Let's take the arm up and out. And now we're gonna go down and up. And so that arm is gonna stay up. I'm gonna keep it lifted even if I don't bring it overhead. You can keep it here, you could bring it in. You could have a weight here if you wanted as well. But your legs are probably gonna start to burn, so you might wanna just focus on your lower body. All right, so now we're gonna keep the knee bend here. So we're gonna hold, and we're gonna just push down. So it's a little pulse down. We're not going up an inch and down, we're just pulsing down. Keeping it here. Think about really pushing those heels into the ground. Wrapping the thigh bones back behind you. So you should really, really feel the engagements of the glutes here. We're gonna do 8 more counts. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it down. Now we're gonna take those knees back. So now we're not only are we rotating back, but we're also pushing back. It's just a little tiny movement. So it's very, very, very small. And I'm feeling it back here. So keep going, You want to make sure that as you're doing this, that you're not really arching your back. You may even have to think belly in. You don't want to tuck it on, you don't want a roll back here, but you want to try to keep it as neutral as possible. Keep those knees coming back. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to go all the way up and down again. All the way up, down. 3, 4. So as you come up, really take those kneecaps up to the center of the body. Squeeze the inner thighs. Squeeze the glutes. Let's go 2 and 1. Hold it down. This time we're going to do a pelvic tilt. So I'm tucking under. So it's a tilt. Think about driving the belly button into the spine, like you're being punched in the stomach. Curl it under. Or you have a tail and someone's pulling it forward of you. Tuck it under. That arm can still be out. Really squeezing the glutes. Remember to keep the legs externally rotated. And let's go 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse it down. Last time with the pulses. We're going to go 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to turn into our chair, our trampoline, our reformer, whatever we have, and we're going to be into a 90-90 lunge. And we're going to pulse down. 2, 3, 4, 5. If you don't want to hold on to anything, you don't have to. Let's hold it here. We're going to take the knees out just like we did when we were in the second position. Taking it out, out. From the front, it looks like this. Out, out, out. Let's go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to go all the way up and down. So we're kind of giving ourselves a break here, using larger muscle, bigger movements, larger muscle groups. And 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold it down. We're going to do those pelvic tilts. So tuck, tuck, tuck. Squeeze that glute. Poke the belly in. Let's do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time with the pulses, pulse it down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come up. You're going to turn, you're going to switch sides. We're going to repeat that whole thing on the other side. So now you would hold on. If you're facing me, you'll have to find another way to do it, I guess. For this one, I feel like you don't really need something for balance. You could also use both of your arms here. I know it's not perfect as we're at our house, which goes with the mantra. If you missed that today, it's keep going here because I forgot it completely. It is you were born to be real, not perfect. And hey, I have never been pretended to be perfect. So, but it's true. We just do what we can, and so we don't have a bar, we find something else, right? All right, let's hold it down. We're gonna pulse it down, 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 down. Try to get low, challenge yourself here. Your legs should burn. They feel like they're on fire. And that's what we kind of want. That's what you feel in bar. It's that burning. We got 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it down. Take those knees back. Remember, I'm externally rotated, and now I'm pushing it back. So back, small movements. Keep it going. Get low. Get those, we want to burn our butts up, right? They're important. Our butts are important. Here we go. Arms can be out or forward, whatever you want. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way up and down. Up and down. This is your break. Make Make it count. Really extend the legs all the way. Drive it up through the center of the body. We have 2 and 1. Come back down. We're going to do the tucks. So tuck it under. Squeeze those glutes again. Belly coming into the spine. Keep that chest open. You're looking forward. Keep the spine long. Back of the neck is long. And 8, 7, 6, 5 more of the full range. Oh good, Sue, we got you back. Sorry about the interruption. So we'll go here, and then we go and we turn. So make sure you're doing the opposite leg as you did last time. So now we're gonna go into the pulse in that 90-90 lunge. So again, if you need to use your chair, you can. This workout will be a little bit longer than normal because now we've reset. If you need to be done, you can, but after this one, if you want. Okay, we're gonna hold here and then we take the knees out. So again, this is very tiny, little moves out. Pulling it out and out, out, out. Keeping that core really nice and tight. So I'm not moving, I'm not bouncing up and down. I'm holding my center. And we're gonna go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's take it back to the pulse. 2. Actually, we're gonna go here for just 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now it's full range, up and down. This might be a little bit different than we did on the other leg because I got frazzled. I forgot what I did. Down and up. And 3, 2, 1. Back to the pulse. We got the tilts are gonna come up, but we're gonna do this pulse first. Those arms can be out still if you want. We're gonna go 4, 3, 2, hold it down. Tuck the tailbone under, belly in, tuck. Tara said these tucks were hard. They are. They make it burn. Squeeze the glutes. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse it down. Last time. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come in. We're not done. We're gonna do the opposite leg as we just did. So we're going back to the front leg. You're gonna go lunge to chair. So I'm gonna keep this leg that's bent is gonna remain in place. I'm not gonna come up. I'm gonna keep it bent. I'm gonna go this way. So you can hold on to your chair here, coming in and out. And now we're gonna go down all the way up, down and up, down and up. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side, we're going lunge to chair. Lunge, so taking the leg back, keeping that front leg still in space. Make sure that you're not hinging over here. We want that spine in neutral. Let's go 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking it down all the way up. Down and up. Extending that leg all the way. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Step together. All right, so now you're gonna have your, whatever you're using for balance. If you wanna be done here, you can, but you're gonna miss the abs. And we have one more little leg thing. It's really quick if you wanna stay. You're gonna take one foot back. So I want you to have your head and your pelvis in line, and then the leg is an extension of that. But I'm gonna bend the knee, and then I'm just gonna do little tiny reach backs here. So it's my hamstring and my glute working. This is a very small movement. Just think about a string attached to your heel and it's being pulled back to the wall behind you. So we don't want really big like donkey kicks. It's very small. I want you to really, really think about your glutes here. So it's reaching back. I'm reaching back, 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 back. Now we're gonna hold it here and we're gonna lift it up. So now the leg is bent, a soft bend of the knee, and that string on my heel is lifting up to the ceiling. So again, very, very small movements. It's all right in the glute. You got that hamstring working too, but it's not, again, it's not these big, huge movements. We're gonna go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm gonna hinge at the hip and use my, whatever I'm using for balance, and I'm gonna extend the leg. So I'm gonna point that leg and I'm gonna take my hips and they're both gonna be facing the floor. And I'm gonna lift up. So not going all the way up and down, just little pulses up. That heel, that string is pulling up to the ceiling. And you want those hips facing the floor, facing down here. So you don't want that hip lifted up. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Now from here, you're gonna reach that toe. Now the string is on the heel pulling back behind us again. So the back wall. So it's a bend and stretch, bend and stretch. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's alternate those two things. So you're gonna go up, bend and reach, up, bend and reach, up, bend and reach, up, bend and reach. Keep going, let's go 4 more. 3, 2, last one, and then step together, and you're just gonna do little tiny pulses, like little pulse squats here. And 3, 2, 1. Other side, you're gonna lift that back foot off the floor. You're gonna bend the knee. And we're gonna reach, just small little reaches. I'm gonna turn this way. So little tiny reaches. Heel going to the back wall. You can actually be more upright here. I think that you feel it a little bit more when you're upright. And then from here, you're gonna lift up. Now the heel is coming up to the ceiling. Glutes and hamstring. Try to make sure that the leg doesn't start doing this. You wanna really drive that knee down as you're lifting up. Squeezing the glutes. And then again, you want only this to be, only your glute, your hips to be moving, not the spine. So keep that pulled in. And we'll go 4, 3, 2, 1. Now this is where we can hinge forward. You're gonna point that toe and we lift up. So the heel's going up to the ceiling. Now if you don't have anything to balance on, keep lifting up. You can go to the floor and lift here, but make sure that you're not using that spine here, that you're keeping the spine stable and you're just moving the leg. And we'll go 4, 3, 2, 1, and it's bend and reach, bend and reach. So really think about someone pulling your toe back. You're trying to play tug of war with your leg here, bending and stretching. Really think about stretching and then contracting that hamstring. For 4, 3, 2, 1. It's lift and then bend and stretch. Lift, bend and stretch. Lift, bend and stretch. Keep going. Let's do 4, 3, 2, last one, and then step together and little squats down. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do you're gonna cross over figure 4. Give it a stretch here. You can hold that stretch, circle the ankle. And then same thing other side. And come up, we're gonna go down to the ground. What the heck? Okay, on the floor. If you need to change any of this, please go ahead. I know that sometimes people have low. By the way, in any of those exercises, if you felt like it was hurting your low back, usually what the issue is that you're doing this motion. If you really keep this stable, you won't get that, because then you're going to be using your glute. So just keep that in mind when you're doing bar stuff or anything really, is that if you feel the low back, it's not what we want, and it might be because we're not stable somewhere. All right, so you're gonna sit on your sits bones, and we're gonna take our arms overhead. You're gonna roll down. We're gonna come up for 2. So you're gonna go 1, arms come overhead. So that's 2, and then 1, 2. So up for 2, and down for 2. I am rounding my back, so we're coming into like a little C curve there. Down, 2, and up, 2. Down, 2, up, 2. Keep going. Down, 2, up, 2. Down, 2, up, 2. We got it. Breathe. We're gonna do 4 more. And 3. Breathe. Last one. Coming up, you're gonna lean back just slightly, and we're gonna go down and up. You don't have to have weights here. I want you to really think about squeezing those elbows behind you, lifting up, squeezing behind you. They won't touch, but you can think about trying to get them to touch. 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Come up, give it a little break, and then we're going to come back down, and you're going to take one elbow, and you're going to try to drive it into your ground, your mat, your floor, your grass, and then come up and other side. So coming back, getting those obliques, kind of leaning back a little further. Each time your feet are on the floor, your knees are bent. I'm exhaling as I'm twisting. Total of 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold it up, and then send those elbows back. You're gonna be on your elbows. Make sure that you're not leaning into the elbows. Or into the shoulders. Pull out of the shoulders. And then we're gonna bring our legs into tabletop position. Squeeze your knees and your feet together. So really squeeze here, we're gonna just hold. So I want you to pretend that there's a piece of paper in between your feet and your knees. And someone's trying to pull it out, and you're not gonna let them. And breathe. All right, now we're gonna tap the heels down and up. And down, really nice and slow. And up. Let's go down for 2. Down, 2, and up. 2. Make sure you're not caving in here. And down, 2, up, 2. Down, 2, up, 2. 2 more. And hold it up. And now if you can, you're going to do little bicycles here. So extending the leg out. If that's too much for you, you can come onto the floor and do it this way. So I'm just doing little supine marches. Otherwise, you're up, taking it down and up, down and up. You could also just come on the floor and do some crunches, whatever you need to do. So 4, 3, 2, and last one. All right, put those heels down and let's turn it over and stretch it out we'll come into prone cobra. So take some deep breaths. You can look over one shoulder and the other. And then let's put our hands at the shoulders and pull it back into lat stretch. And breathe into the sides of the rib cage, into the back. All right, let's come up. Let's do that groin stretch. So take the leg out to the side. Your foot is balanced on the instep. You're going to walk your hands forward and then push the hips back. Walk your hands forward, push the hips back. Yep, and then you're going to hopefully feel that in your groin.
All right.
Yep. Who is that? Cassie, is that you? Or Jackie, is that you talking?
Oh, it was Cassie. She wasn't feeling it. I feel it in my
and Cassie, you may. I only feel it on one side. I think sometimes dancers don't feel this one quite as much because they're so used to that position. All right. So then take your one leg in and then other side. Like I don't feel it at all on my left side. So walk your hands forward. And then the other thing is that sometimes people don't feel it because they're kind of rounding their back. So make sure that you lift your tailbone up to the ceiling and push back. And you want to make sure that you have walked the hands forward too, and then you're pushing those hips back. And then from there, let's come up onto our knee, and we're going to stretch over towards that leg, so opening up that whole side of the body. So the knee that I'm on, I'm stretching that same arm. And then we'll turn and face that leg and hinge over to get the hamstring. And just think about breathing and really getting into that stretch. And then you can come into a hip flexor stretch. So I'm going to just really drive those hips down into the ground. We can reach the hands forward and then come away from us, interlace the fingers, and lift that chest up to the ceiling.
We're still doing this.
Get your booty out of here.
And then you're gonna kind of come forward and you're gonna lean into that, you can kind of push the knee out a little bit here. So I'm in kind of a half second position. And then back to the knees, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So you're gonna take that one leg out and stretch over, opening up the lat, hopefully into your IT band here. Really push your hips forward so you're kind of giving it a pelvic tilt. And then we turn and face the leg and hinge down into, so we get that hamstring stretch. Breathe and try to relax the hamstring. And then take it into that hip flexor stretch, so drive the hips down into the ground. Reach forward, come around, clasp the hands, lift the chest up to the ceiling. And then I'm going to keep that front leg stays in that same position, but I turn the back leg back out to the front, and then I lean into that leg. And so I'm opening up that groin even more. And then from here, I'm just going to come back onto that butt, that hip, and then we do this little pretzel stretch where I'm on both sits bones. I'm going to turn and face the knee that's bent and hug it in. So if I'm hugging my right leg, I should feel that stretch in my right glute. And then we can just, once you're done there, you can just flip it over to do the other side. It wasn't the most fluid stretch thing I've ever done, but I wasn't anticipating doing it. So So something extra, a little longer class, thanks to my sister.
Well, we thank her sister. This is great.
Boy, she was persistent. She called like 5 times. You think she would have got the picture after like I kept declining it. All right, well, good job, everyone.